Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today is another Makeup Bag Monday. It is Makeup Bag Monday 5. First, as usual, we will review Makeup Bag number 4, see what I thought about the products, and then move on to picking new ones for the week. If you are new here, my name is Marilee. I've been doing this Makeup Bag Monday series now. This is my 5th week, and I would love for you to join me. So let's get started. So last week was interesting. It was fun to use some small palettes. So let's start there. The first palette that I had was the Pillow Talk palette from Charlotte Tilbury. I recently purchased this or returned another palette for this. I really like this. I was surprised that this color could get deep enough to like create some contrast in my eye look, and I just liked it. So this is definitely one that I'm going to keep. I really like. I would love to hit pan on this for the price I need to. Another palette that I used, where is it? Okay, hi, I'm back. Sorry, I didn't have any lights on. It's snowing, I got confused. I don't know, I just came in from outside. Back to what we were doing. So, two other palettes that I had was the Natasha Denona Mini Star and the Natasha Denona Mini Glam palettes. Really liked both of them. They're just great palettes. I really enjoy them. This one I dropped and it really has gotten quite busted, but they both have been working great. I really enjoyed using this shade. However, the day that I used this, it did not last a long time on my eye. Like I had quite a bit of creasing, and I used my normal products, either Milani or I think I had, which one did I have this week? I think I had the LMR Cosmetics primer, but either way, it didn't like wear well on my eye, so I gotta try to remember which primer that I used, and it wasn't a good one for that one. But either way, really like using these small palettes. I just had like a simple eye look all week, and I loved it. So let me tell you some stuff I didn't love. Let's do this. Number 1, the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk Push-Up Lashes. No, just no. My lashes looked fine. However, every single day I wore this, I had black all under my eye. That's not a look I go for. So this is a no. Used this 3 times, stopped. This is going away. The other thing didn't love is the Feline Flick eyeliner from Charlotte Tilbury again. So I stopped using this because it was running all over my face. I use this with liner and without. So I know this didn't work for me. But this also didn't work for me. It ran down my face too. And one day I just like kind of did this, like just slightly touched my eye, and I had like a line going up to my eyebrow. That's not the look that I'm going for. And that was after hours of wear. So this is an eyeliner that is not staying with me. I'm gonna see if I can return this little sucker. So those were 2 duds, wasn't happy. Then for concealer. So again, I had a tough time with concealer this week. I feel like I'm not loving any formula currently, besides some of the ones that I've recently used. Both of those products that I just went over certainly hurt my under eye game, obviously because I had black all over the place. But I had the e.l.f. Camo Hydrating Concealer. Really like this in Light Sand. It worked fine. I was feeling like a little more crepey under my eye than usual. And one that I'm more leaning towards no than to yes is the Shiseido Synchroskin concealer. I don't think I like this. I think it makes me look old under my eyes, and I'm old enough. I don't need any products to help me in the old department. So I'm gonna see if my sister wants this or if my friends want this, just to see, like, give them a little time with it. And then sometimes I go back to it and either the skincare that I'm using is different or my skin texture is different, and maybe I could use it again. But right now this is going into the back of the concealer drawer. What else do I got? Okay, so other things for the eyes. I did end up pulling in my Believe Beauty and my Thrive Cosmetics mascaras. I had to because the other one was just horrible. Love both of these. I used the Anastasia Double-Ended Brow. I use this for my inner rim. I really like this, and I will continue to use that. I use the primerizer. This is really old. It doesn't smell bad, but I use this. It was fine. It's not a primer that I really notice that much of a difference, but my skin is really moisturized before I put foundation on because I use a sunscreen that is a daily moisturizing sunscreen from Josie Maran. And so I don't really feel like I need the added moisture in the morning, and I'm not sure if this does anything besides give me moisture. So this one, I wouldn't miss it if it was gone, is my point. Then for foundation, I had the Infallible Fresh Wear, love it, and the what is this? The Bare Minerals Complexion Rescue. Love both of these. This is not good under a mask. Some people said that this was great under a mask. I didn't find that, but it was fine. It always wears off my nose because I'm talking a lot. So it's not just wearing a mask. This is what I was realizing this week. I don't just wear a mask. I talk all day in a mask. So my nose is rubbing on the mask. The sides of my cheeks are rubbing on the mask as I'm using my face. If I'm just putting a mask on, going to the store, coming back, then I don't have any transfer, okay? So maybe I would say, hang on, I got hair on my face. Maybe I would say that this is transfer proof, but not rub proof. Is there a difference? I don't know. This one's great, but it's not even trying to pretend that it's mask proof, so. Okay, a couple powders that I used. So the Secret Brightening Powder from Laura Mercier. This may be contributing to me feeling old. By the way, all week I tried these concealers in different ways. Like I tried them by themselves. I tried with a brush. I tried with a sponge. I tried setting, not setting. But I just don't think I love this powder. This is another one that I wouldn't mind letting somebody use for a while. Okay, you're gonna hear my dog a little bit. I'm sorry, he's not happy because the kids are playing outside in the snow and he wants to play. Anyway, the Thrive Cosmetics powder, I really liked. This is great. For blush this week, I had the Rare Beauty Liquid Blush in Love and the M Cosmetics Liquid Blush in Soft Amethyst. I think these are very similar. I prefer not only the color, but a little bit of this texture, the texture better on the M Cosmetics because I think it's a little bit more luminous and the Rare Beauty one is a little bit more matte. Now, I think they're doing what they say they're going to do. So this is not against the product at all. I was just looking for a little bit more radiance, so I enjoyed this one. But I do like this color and I did use both of them on my lips and I liked it. So that was fun. Then the highlight I used was the Becca highlight in Moonstone. This is great. I like it. I mean, I'm not writing home about it, but it's fine. And I did like the Tantastic bronzer from Marc Jacobs, but towards the end of the week, I stopped using this bronzer. It doesn't do a ton on my face, and I just didn't want more product kind of building up under my mask. By the way, one of my students is interested in dermatology, and she posted on Twitter that cosmetics may be affecting the longevity of your mask wear, like your mask's ability to stop viruses. I need to find out more information because are we ruining our mask by wearing makeup underneath them? I don't know. I'll let you know. Then I used the Instabrow pencil, Insta Lift Brow pencil from Elle Cosmetics. Really like this. I just wish that this would be more pointed. It's so rounded at this point and dirty. But anyway, it's so round that it's a little hard to get precise in my brow. Does e.l.f. make a precise brow pencil? I'm wondering because I do fill some in the front that I would like something a little bit more precise. Then for lips. So I never used the Melted Matte Lip in Gingerbread from Too Faced. I didn't use that this week. I need to. I did enjoy the Revlon HD. I used that in one of my last videos. Loved it. I loved both of the Rimmel pencils. Highly recommend them if you don't have them. I have Epic and Addiction. Love them, love them, love them. And the NARS lip balm thing in Dolce Vita. It's great. Beautiful, easy to wear, and gives you a little bit of color. I didn't use the Dolce Vita pencil. I just didn't get a chance to use that. And I didn't use the Fenty matte lip in thick. Again, just didn't have a chance. I was really sticking to kind of like wearing my balms every day. So that was makeup bag 4. Let me show you what I grabbed for makeup bag 5. By the way, I loved the bag. Like, this was so great to have upstairs. Okay, so here's what I pulled for makeup bag 5. This week, the palette that I'm using is actually 2 palettes because I am trying to determine the dupe value. So it's a Sultry palette by Anastasia. It's one of my favorite Anastasia palettes. Love, love, love it. And my friend got me the Alter Ego Temptress palette, which is a dupe for it. So I'm actually wearing both on my eyes. I just want you to decide which is the ABH palette and which is the Temptress palette. Tell me if you can tell. Tell me if you can notice. Tell me if you can notice. I always get confused when you write down below or when other people ask us to write down below. So this is my right side and this is my left side. So when you're commenting, like either say you're right or my right so that I understand what you're doing. Anyway, so these two, they did Alter Ego. It does, the Anastasia comes with a brush and the Alter Ego doesn't, if that bothers you. But anyway, Alter Ego did reorganize the colors a little bit. And sometimes I will say with this palette, I've noticed that some of these shimmers are very similar to one another, especially when you get them on the eye, and even in your like finger swatches, they look very similar. So sometimes I'm not exactly sure which palette, which color I'm actually getting. But in today's look, I just want to do a side-by-side swatch for today's look. So I used Twig and Uptown. So this is ABH, this is Temptress. So these are these two colors. I used Bloom from ABH and Blush from Temptress. Very similar. This one's a little bit more orange. Then I used Dystopian and After Hours. The first one I'm mentioning is ABH. So this is ABH. This is Alter Ego. And then I used Champagne from Alter Ego and Rose Quartz. So I just switched the order, sorry. This is Rose Quartz from ABH, and this is Champagne. Okay, so in these four shades, you know, they're pretty similar. But I will have a video up on my channel where I show you this look, number one, and talk to you about the differences that I've noticed. I have compared them for now 2 days. So I've worn one on one eye, one on the other. I'll do that for a few more days just to really get a sense of what the Temptress palette looks like. And I'll give you, you know, all of my thoughts in that video that will be coming up, I believe, Wednesday. So these are the two, really one palette for the week. For face, like if I just keep going kind of with color cosmetics, I'm using the Cover FX palette. I got this in the big sale from BoxyCharm. It's the Perfector face palette. I'm wearing this on my face today. I am enjoying it. Some of the extra pink on my face is because I was outside shoveling and freezing. I also pulled a couple of more colored products just because sometimes I like some cream products as well. So I grabbed this Dull 10, this isn't a liquid, what do we call this? A cream highlight. This is in the color Champagne. I grabbed the Charlotte Tilbury Color Wand in light medium, fair medium, excuse me, to contour. I didn't use this today, but I really do love this. And this is really old. This is a cushion blush from Lancome. I mean, it is so old, I really shouldn't use it, but it smells fine. It still has juice in it. I love the color. It's one of my favorites. And so until it's dried up or it smells bad, I'm going to keep using it. So the shade is in, I have no idea, 23. And it's some words that I don't understand. All right, for the face. So I'm using the Hard Candy Smoothing Primer. I really like this one. I think I like it much better than the e.l.f. one. It is much smoother. I got a nice dip going on in here. I am using it today. Really love that. For foundation, I am going to use the Charlotte Tilbury Light Wonder Foundation. One of my favorites. This is in the shade 4. It might be a tiny bit dark for me right now, but what am I gonna do? Then for long wear, this has been the best under a mask for me. Even though some of it transfers onto the mask, it's still on my face enough. So I really like this. It's the double wear. I have both shade 2-in-1 and 3-in-1. I really need to mix them. Right now I'm closer to 2-in-1 now, and in the summer I'm closer to 3-in-1, but a little mix of them really works. I apply that overall with a sponge, and this I only apply with a brush. And then I pulled my Rimmel matte, like it did say words on the top, but anyway, it's the matte powder. I have it in transparent. I'm interested in picking up a color, but I have a little bit of a like kind of hard pan, a little bit, just because I used a wet brush with it. That's not great, but it still works, and I think it mattifies. So. Yikes. Okay, a couple more products. So I pulled the Charlotte Tilbury color corrector into medium. I wanted to see if maybe this was part of my concealer issues. Maybe my dark circles are just so bad that I need a little bit of extra help. So I pulled this. And then the concealer I'm gonna use is the Photo Focus Concealer from Wet n Wild. This smells like straight up paint. Like, why? It's like nail polish. Like, why is this the scent? It's rough. For brows, I'm going to use the IT Cosmetics Brow Power. I really like this. I'm wearing it in my brows today. For mascara, I'm going to use the Climax mascara and then Thrive Cosmetics at the bottom. Look at these lashes. Like, that's a fun mascara, right? Then for eyeliner, I didn't even know I had this. This is the Tarteist liner, but on one side, it's a pencil. What was I swatching there? Oh, yeah. One side it's a pencil, and the other side, it's a liquid liner, which I think this is great because sometimes I line my upper lid with, or upper lash line with the liquid, and then I'd like to use a pencil at the bottom. This says it's only good for 6 months, so somebody write this down. I gotta throw it away after that. I never do. I also pulled the Mr. Bing liner from ColourPop. I'm using that today a little bit in my waterline. And I also pulled from ColourPop the gel cream liner in Get Paid. So a little bit of metallic, really pretty. Then I also pulled the Glimmer, the Shimmer and Glow liquid eyeshadow from Stila in the shade Grace. I think this is so pretty. It's very similar to Kitten, to be honest. Like, my son and I were looking at the two and I was trying to figure out the difference. But it looks a little bit darker until the light hits it. So that's the only difference. Like, when the light's not directly on it, it looks a little deeper than Kitten, but then it like brightens up really nicely. So I'm gonna use that. I saw a beautiful look using the Sultry palette and a shade like this. And then for lips this week, I wanted to change it up a little bit. So I have the Besame lipstick in Dusty Rose. This is a beautiful shade. It's one that you can pat lightly or you can wear it quite deeply. So that is that shade. It's a really nice, there we go. It's a really nice dusty rose color. Well named, well named. Then I have the Flower Beauty mask. It's like what do they call it? The Petal Pout lip mask. I love it. It reminds me of the Laneige and easier to put on, although it gets kind of gunky because the way it comes out, it's a little gross. But it is much easier to put on. And the color is very similar to the pink Laneige. The color that I have is Smooch. Great name. And then I have these two. These I find are dupes of each other. This is the Lancome lip. I don't know what it's called, but it's like the lip stain. And I'm wearing it. It's a glossy stain. And even when the gloss wears off, you still have a little bit of color. But it's very similar to the Wet n Wild Mega Last stained glass lip gloss stains too. And I really like this. These are two very different colors. If you swatch them, the Mega Last from Wet n Wild lasts longer on your hand. But I find they're both comfortable to wear. So these are the two shades that I have there. And I think that's it. I'm going to keep using the Milani and the Alamar primer. I kind of been trying to test which one I prefer better. I think they're kind of interchangeable right now, although they feel different on the eye. But I think that's it. So this is going to be what I'm going to use this week. I'll come back and report. Please come back on Wednesday to see which one of these eyes is the Temptress palette and which one is the ABH. I'll be showing that in the Wednesday video. And I have been putting videos up Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So please come back and check out my content. If you haven't, please subscribe. I would love to have you. And I hope everyone has a wonderful day. Bye. I forgot to show you. We're gonna stick with this makeup bag because look, it even fits all of this. I mean, it's much bigger than last week, but this is a good bag. If you don't have one of these, get one. Okay, bye now, for real, bye.